Every night, millions of people do the exact same thing. They brush their teeth, turn off the lights, walk into their bedroom, and jump into a soft, comfortable bed. And nobody thinks about it. A bed feels so normal that we almost forget one strange question. Why do we even sleep on beds? Seriously, who was the first human who looked at the ground and said, "Nope, I am done sleeping here. I need something better"? Because for most animals on Earth, the ground is the bed. A lion sleeps on the ground. A dog can sleep on the ground. Even giant elephants sleep without a mattress. But humans? We built wooden frames, pillows, blankets, giant mattresses, and entire rooms just for sleeping. So what happened? Were ancient humans just too picky? Or was the invention of the bed actually one of the smartest survival ideas humans ever had? The answer begins thousands of years ago, when bedtime was a lot more dangerous than today. Long before bedrooms, blankets, or pillows existed, ancient humans had a very different nighttime routine. When the sun disappeared, there was no warm house waiting, no comfortable mattress, no button to turn on the lights. The world became dark, cold, and full of sounds. Imagine trying to sleep while hearing strange noises outside. A branch breaks, something moves in the grass, and you are lying directly on the ground thinking, was that the wind? Or something with teeth? Early humans had to find places where they could rest safely. At first, the solution was simple. They used what nature gave them: grass, leaves, soft plants, animal skins. Basically, the first bed was just a slightly better piece of ground. Not exactly luxury, but compared to sleeping on sharp rocks, it probably felt amazing. The first beds were not created because humans wanted comfort. They were created because humans needed protection. So when did humans actually start making beds? The answer surprised even scientists. Researchers found evidence of ancient sleeping areas that were incredibly old. And these were not just random piles of grass. Ancient humans were already thinking carefully about where they slept. They created layers of plants to make the ground softer. They replaced old materials with fresh ones. Some plants may have even helped keep insects away. Think about that. Someone, thousands of years ago, woke up, looked at their messy sleeping area, and basically thought, "I need to clean my bed." That tiny idea was actually huge, because it shows something important about humans. We don't just adapt to the world. We change the world around us to make life better, even if it starts with something as simple as a place to sleep. At some point, humans discovered a simple truth. The ground was not a very friendly place to sleep. During the day, it looked normal, just dirt, grass, and rocks. But at night, the ground became a completely different world. Tiny insects started moving. Cold air came from the earth. Rain could turn your sleeping place into mud, and sometimes small animals decided to visit. Imagine finally falling asleep after a long day. You close your eyes, everything is peaceful, and then something tiny walks across your face. Suddenly, sleeping on the ground doesn't seem like such a great idea anymore. Humans needed a solution, and one of the smartest ideas was incredibly simple: move the sleeping place higher. Just a little distance from the ground changed everything. Less cold, less moisture, fewer insects. Something that seems obvious today was actually a huge step forward. The bed was not just about sleeping softer, it was about sleeping smarter. Then humans took the bed to another level, literally. One of the first civilizations famous for raised beds was ancient Egypt. Egyptians looked at sleeping and thought, "We can make this better." They created wooden beds with legs that lifted people above the floor. And for wealthy Egyptians, beds became more than a place to sleep. They became a symbol. A simple person might sleep on basic materials. But a pharaoh? A pharaoh could have a beautifully designed bed made by skilled workers. Imagine being an ancient ruler. You build giant monuments. You control an empire. You have gold and treasures. Of course, you are not going to sleep on a random pile of grass. Even thousands of years ago, humans already connected comfort with success. The bed slowly became something more than survival. It became part of human culture. But even though ancient Egyptians created amazing beds, there was one part that might surprise you: the pillow. Today, when we think of a pillow, we imagine something soft, something fluffy, something your head disappears into after a long day. But thousands of years ago, some pillows were completely different. Ancient Egyptian headrests were often made from hard materials like wood or stone. Yes, stone. Imagine coming home exhausted, jumping into your beautiful ancient bed, and putting your head on something almost as hard as a rock. Today, we would probably say, "This is not a pillow. This is a punishment." But there was a reason. These headrests helped keep the head raised and protected hairstyles, and in hot climates, they could feel cooler than soft materials. It sounds strange now, but every invention makes sense in the world where it was created, even a stone pillow. Then came the Romans, and Romans loved improving things: roads, buildings, baths, and yes, beds. Roman beds became more comfortable and more advanced. Some had beautiful decorations. Some used mattresses filled with materials like wool, feathers, or plants. The idea of sleeping was changing. A bed was no longer just, "Why, please protect me from bugs." Now it became, I want to actually enjoy resting. Romans understood something we still know today. A tired person does not work well. Rest matters. Comfort matters. And slowly, humans started treating sleep as an important part of life. The simple pile of grass from thousands of years ago had started turning into something much closer to the beds we know now. Hundreds of years later, beds became even stranger. During the Middle Ages, some beds were enormous, not just big, huge. Some looked almost like a tiny house inside another house. They had tall wooden frames, curtains around them, beautiful decorations. Why? Because bedrooms were not always private like today. Many people could enter the same room. Servants, guests, family members. So curtains around the bed created a small private space. They also helped keep warmth inside. For rich people, a giant bed showed power. It quietly said, "Look how important I am. Even my sleeping place is impressive." Humans somehow turned a place for closing our eyes into a way of showing status. For thousands of years, humans kept improving the same simple idea: make sleep better. Little by little, beds changed, materials improved, homes changed, technology changed. Then came something that transformed bedrooms forever: the modern mattress. Instead of sleeping on basic materials, people started creating mattresses designed for support and comfort. Springs were added. New soft materials appeared. Later came foam and advanced designs that could adjust to the human body. The funny thing is, the goal was still exactly the same as thousands of years before. Avoid the uncomfortable ground. Protect the body. Wake up feeling better. A prehistoric human and a modern person actually wanted the same thing. One used grass and animal skins. The other uses memory foam. Different tools, same problem. But a bed is not only important for your body, it also affects your brain. Your brain loves patterns. When you enter your bedroom, turn off the lights, and lie in bed every night, your brain starts learning, this is the place where we rest. A good sleeping environment can help the body relax. Your heart rate slows, your muscles release tension, your brain begins preparing for sleep. And while you are sleeping, something amazing happens. Your brain organizes memories, processes emotions, and prepares you for tomorrow. So your bed is not just a piece of furniture. Every night, while you do nothing, your brain is extremely busy. The quietest place in your house might actually be where some of the most important work happens. So after thousands of years of changes, what comes next? What will the beds of the future look like? Maybe one day your bed will know you better than you know yourself. Imagine lying down, and your bed automatically changes shape to make you comfortable. Too hot? The bed cools down. Too cold? It warms up. Maybe future beds will track how you sleep and help you wake up at the perfect moment. Maybe they will even create the perfect sleeping environment every night. It sounds like science fiction, but remember, a soft modern bed would probably look like magic to a human sleeping on grass thousands of years ago. Every normal thing today was once a crazy idea, even the bed. At some point, someone looked at the ground and imagined something better, and that tiny thought changed the way humans sleep forever. So, who invented the bed? The answer is not one person. There was no single inventor standing proudly next to the first bed saying, "I have changed the world." Instead, the bed was created slowly by thousands of humans across thousands of years. Every generation improved one small thing: a softer surface, a warmer blanket, a better mattress, a more comfortable night. From ancient people sleeping on plants, to kings sleeping in giant decorated beds, to us complaining when our pillow feels a little uncomfortable. The journey of the bed is actually the story of humans. We see a problem, we imagine something better, and little by little, we change the world around us. So tonight, when you jump into your bed, remember, you are not just lying on furniture. You are lying on thousands of years of human creativity, and all of it started with one simple thought: there has to be a better way to sleep.